This is home. Twin States News starts right now.
Truck drivers are paying hundreds more at the pump since the price of gas has continued to increase. Twin States News' Jasmine Stevenson spoke with some truckers at Queen City Truck Stop on how these prices are affecting them.
Today, the average cost of diesel is $4.98 according to AAA. It's a 50-cent difference within a week's time. It's the highest truckers say they've ever seen it.
25-30% on my revenue subtracted from what I usually make, so it's too much.
It's high, man. Like, it's a lot of people that, they don't even want to drive because it's so high.
With the price of gas affecting big rigs, experts say it could have a domino effect on consumer goods. Drivers say companies will have to increase the rate to balance it all out.
Consumer or the people who own these trucks, they just got to go up on the rates. Everybody needs the truck. We would keep these things going. Like Cold Iron, basically without them, a truck movers or Norton or somebody like that, they still need the trucks so they can keep going.
I watched the truckers fill their tanks, some of them taking $800 or more to fill up.
180 gallons. It used to be only like, you can fill up 180 gallons like maybe, I would say like right about $460 versus right now you're looking at $1,000 easy.
Driver Kenneth Ravenau's truck used to take $700 to $850 to fill up. Today, he spent $1,200. I asked him if gas prices would lead him to leave the business.
No, because I'm going to pass it down to my buyer. So I do direct haul. So we kind of split it. If it's $500 more, then I'll end up spending about $250.
Today's diesel price broke the all-time high reported in 2008 by 14 cents. Jasmine Stevenson, Twin States News, Meridian.
An Alabama student has parked his Dodge Charger and is now taking public transportation to his part-time job because of high gas prices. 18-year-old Jamarcus Dixon is in high school in Mobile, Alabama, and also has a part-time job. But getting to both of those places in his beloved Dodge Charger is costing a whole lot more these days, as you well know. So for the time being, his pride and joy is parked, and he's taking the bus to get to where he needs to be. You've heard of a baby shower, but have you ever heard of a community baby shower? It's happening in Lauderdale County. Twin States News' Donisha Branham finds out what it is and who it's for.
The students of Youth Leadership of Lauderdale have partnered with United Way to host a community baby shower. The executive director of United Way of East Mississippi tells us more about what is taking place.
We are having a baby shower. We've partnered up with Leadership Lauderdale Youth, and they have decided that their project was going to be bless one of the agencies or a couple of the agencies with items that were needed.
Lauderdale County School students of Youth Leadership of Lauderdale all partnered with United Way. A Southeast High student tells us what all they collected.
Came up with things like diapers, wipes, baby bottles, blankets, things of that nature.
Knowing that there are economic hardships currently, some students tells us how it feels to be a part of this project.
It makes me feel really good because it's like I'm giving back to the community and I'm doing something that I know if I was in that position, I would want someone to do for me. So
I think just working together to make a difference, finding different ways, seeing all the different groups and what they're doing to help the community.
Care Lodge and Beep are the recipients of the items collected today and will be able to distribute the items to those who need them.
Economic times being as bad as they are, who couldn't use some wipes, diapers, bottles, especially for those clients of ours that are making it from check to check. So we are so glad that we're able to partner with them to share this with our agencies.
Donisha Branham, Twin States News, Meridian.
The Wesley House will host their Take a Stand Gala on April 8th at the MSU Riley Center. The theme chosen this year is Light the Dark, in an effort to stand against and bring awareness to sexual assault. The event is for ages 18 and older. For more information about the gala, you can visit twinstates.news. 3 East Mississippi Community College students place in the Mississippi Community College Art Instructors Association's Student Art Competition and Art Show. Ellen Bowen, Honor Brown, and Sarah Baines are art majors of EMCC's Golden Triangle campus, and each one was recognized in the printmaking category of the statewide competition. Congratulations. Alabama joining Georgia and 20 other states eliminating the requirement for a permit to carry a pistol. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey has signed a constitutional carry bill into law. When the law goes into effect, it will make Alabama the 22nd constitutional carry state. Now to Ukraine and the refugee crisis building on the Polish border. This as Russian forces close in on Kyiv. Lauren Blanchard has more.
Russian forces ramp up their attempts to capture Ukraine's capital as more people flee to neighboring countries.
For me, it was enough to feel one-time vibration in the house from the bomb.
People across Ukraine continue to make the difficult choice to leave their homes. The majority of refugees are arriving here in Poland, filling shelters.
We met them with high fives and hugs, invited them in, made them feel at home.
The influx of people comes as Russia's military refocuses its efforts on capturing Kyiv. Shells fell over several of the city's suburbs, with Irpin and Hostomel seeing the worst of the fighting. Artillery fire hitting a 9-story apartment building north of the city, killing 2 people.
Russia has been preparing for this war for decades. They have accumulated significant military resources for the evil, for the conquest of neighbors.
Meanwhile, U.S. national security officials meeting with their Chinese counterparts in Rome as concerns grow that Russia asked China for military equipment.
We believe that we need to try to engage China, as it said, that we need to try to talk to them, that we can reason with them, that we can get them to see their interests are the same as ours. That's ridiculous. We've been trying this for 3 decades.
More than 2.8 million people have fled since the invasion began. That number is expected to grow to at least 4 million.
We are now averaging just over 34,000 new COVID infections every day. That's the lowest in 8 months. But children are still being hit hard by the outbreak, leading to questions about masking and other COVID restrictions. Jonathan Sari has more from Atlanta.
COVID cases are up slightly among children, and we're learning more about the impact it's having. The American Academy of Pediatrics says more than 12.7 million kids in the U.S. have tested positive. Most report mild symptoms, but many report new, unexplained symptoms after the virus has run its course, including difficulty breathing, organ inflammation, and repeated reinfection. That trend has some health officials suggesting it might be time to pause the lifting of COVID restrictions.
I am a little bit concerned about what seems to be a high hospitalization threshold for triggering implementation of community measures like masking.
But those restrictions are quickly falling by the wayside, especially in schools. Starting today, California and Seattle are dropping mask mandates for students, with most doctors saying all the indicators are in the right place.
I've been pleased with how the data has come down, and it is the right moment to transition.
But many cities and states are still recommending masks for 2 to 5-year-olds because they cannot get vaccinated, resulting in significant pushback from some parents and lawmakers.
The youngest children are the ones that shouldn't be wearing masks to begin with. It's so critical for their developmental growth.
A new CDC study shows universal masking in schools reduce COVID infection rates by up to 90% between July and December.
Tonight, we're introducing you to an outgoing and friendly teen in Mississippi foster care. She says she admires people with a positive attitude and strives to remain positive herself. Thanks to our partnership with the nonprofit Grant Me Hope, let's meet Alexis.
My name is Alexis. I'm 15 years old. I like to sing, dance, cook, but I would like to play the drums. I like making music out of drums and make it sound like a whole band is up in here. My kind of music is rap, gospel, and sometimes country. One thing people do not know about me is I'm a pretty good singer. I would love to go to Jamaica one day because I like that accent and I like how I want to learn so much about the world. One time I had so much fun at Alabama Adventures, like the water park. When we was going down a water slide, I was about to like throw up, like literally just couldn't throw up. Like, but we had fun though. When I grow up, I would like to be a social worker, because I believe all children should have families. Family is important to me because I believe that all children should have a safe home to be at. And I believe that if I get a home, I be safe there, comfortable there. If I would have been adopted, I would bring joyful happiness and hope to my new family.
If you'd like more information about how to adopt Alexis or other children in Mississippi foster care, just head to our website. There you'll find a link to the Grant Me Hope site.